up, guys? My name is Joe Ignace. I am the host and founder of the Knowledge Gap Show. If you're somebody who wants to figure out your purpose in life and be more motivated, jump out of bed with energy that you never thought possible, I invite you to subscribe right now. Click that button. This show is for you, especially if you're a young person. We're all about helping young people master their purpose. And that means we want to teach you the skills that you're not taught anywhere else. So when you're figuring out your career, your job, and your vision for your life, you can figure it out earlier, make better choices, and be more successful and more fulfilled. Here we go, we're gonna get started. So I just wanna appreciate John Morris and Trenton Clark because they were the ones who recommended that I do an episode on productivity. So appreciate you guys. I think we ought to appreciate each other way more. And it's the number one reason actually that people quit their jobs. They don't feel appreciated. So how to be more productive, right? So we're gonna cover three basic things here. Number one, we're gonna talk about the mentality. We're gonna talk about how to be productive when you're actually trying to focus. And then we're gonna talk about how to plan your week so you can be more productive, to eliminate distractions, and so you can be more motivated, which is a big part of productivity. So first off, your mentality. You've gotta have an attitude of gratitude and quit beating yourself up for basically failing this in the past. If you're already not productive and you feel lazy, that's fine. Everyone goes through it. It takes inconsistency to become consistent. And so if you're in a rut, awesome. Everyone's been there. I remember sophomore year of college, I used to sit on YouTube for hours almost every day because I was just like in a phase of life where I didn't know what my purpose was. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. Stop beating yourself up. That's step one. You got to realize that this is happening for a reason, okay? You need to sometimes hit rock bottom before you know that you don't want to be at rock bottom anymore. So get excited about challenging yourself. You want to get past attacking yourself because you need to be able to look at your life in an objective way, like looking at your screen time on your phone. Pull your phone out right now. Comment with how many hours you spend on average on social media every single day, right? Look at that and you should be able to tell yourself, well, wow, you know, this is a problem. I should probably change that, right? You need to toughen up your mindset and face the things that hold you back in life. You need to face your problems. Facing your problems is the only way that you can become more productive, right? You've got to cut out some of these mental barriers if you want to be successful in life, right? One of the simple things that you can do to start on this journey, I think this is the most important one to start with, is you need to wake up every day with a plan for the day. If you haven't thought through, what am I going to do tomorrow? We wake up and we hit snooze, and we hate hitting snooze because it makes you feel more tired, right? Snooze sucks. It makes us feel good for 10 minutes and then we feel tired the rest of the day, right? And we hit snooze because we don't know what we're gonna do that day. There's no reason to get out of bed if you haven't planned what the purpose of that day is. And how are you gonna plan the purpose of that day if you're hitting snooze and you wake up and you're groggy, right? So this has to happen before you wake up. You need a plan for the day, right? And that's gonna be part of some of the tips I'm gonna really push is like planning your week, planning your day, okay? Another barrier to doing this is just like, oh, my day needs to be perfect. No, it doesn't. Listen, done is better than perfect every time. So if you don't have like the perfect schedule, the perfect day, you don't know what you're supposed to put in your day, it's okay. Put something in your day and just get started. Okay, don't procrastinate. Don't overthink it. Be grateful that you have an opportunity to wake up every day and go make the most of it. Like that's all it is. Be okay with failure. It's okay. Like you're probably gonna suck at this at first. You're probably gonna try to schedule a day and you're probably gonna mess it all up. And if you're thinking that right now and you're thinking, well, you know, if I plan my day tomorrow, I'm not even gonna stick to it because I'm not good at that. So what? Maybe you stick to half of it. That's better than yesterday. And so it's all about small improvements. That's how you got to see this. You got to get in this top 1% growth mentality, right? If you're slowly growing over time, it makes a big difference, okay? You don't need to be perfect tomorrow. You just need to be getting better. And that's what I want you to focus on, okay? Moving on to some tips and tricks to be more productive, right? Okay, so stop doing things that don't matter to you. Okay, so if you don't know why you're doing what you're doing, take a chill pill, take a break, spend a day with yourself and think, why am I here? What am I doing? Why am I in college? Why am I working this job? Why am I in high school? What do I want my life to look like? Why am I doing all these different activities? A lot of times, if you're anything like me, I used to try to fill my time with spending time with friends and video games because I didn't have anything better to do. I didn't have anything better to do because I didn't know why I was doing anything. I didn't know my purpose yet, right? And so that's why we push purpose so much on this show, because you need to figure out why you're doing things and what you're working towards, or you'll never be motivated. You'll just constantly be jumping around, juggling things, which is a terrible way to be productive, right? When you're juggling 12 different things, you're stressed out, right? You're not making any progress. So the answer to becoming more productive is stop juggling things and figure out what's the most important thing to you and start spending your time doing that, right? When we're talking about school, right, what you need to be doing is eliminating distractions. So if you're talking about school, homework, a project, whatever it is, running your business, making a course, you need to be focusing on eliminating distractions. Distractions can be your friends, people, your phone. A distraction can be how disorganized you are because you're not planning your weeks, but you need to eliminate those and start controlling your environment. So what does it mean to control your environment? Well, controlling your environment's like keeping things clean. Like if your car's a mess, you're gonna be more messy. How you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you procrastinate cleaning your car, you're gonna procrastinate doing your homework. If you procrastinate making your bed, you're gonna procrastinate studying for a test. If you're procrastinating going to the gym, you're gonna procrastinate everything else. And so you really need to be controlling your environments. And so that means just the small things, right? How you do one thing is how you do everything. Clean your room, make your bed, clean your car, place things in the right places. There's a really good book called Atomic Habits that you should read, where it tells you how to create a habit, how to break bad ones, right? So how habits works, you have these certain cues that are gonna pop up, okay? And they create a craving. So when you see junk food, your mouth will salivate because you're hungry and you love junk food. So you're craving this food, and this food's bad for you, right? But your body is so used to having it that your mouth is creating this salivating sensation because it expects you to eat it. So what you do if you ever want to cut out a food group is you never buy it. You just don't even put it in the house. If you don't see it, you don't have the craving. Same thing for building a new habit. If you're trying to read every day, then you need to put the book where you're going to see it. So you have the cue to remind yourself to read. And what'll happen is you're not going to want to read it first, but once you start and when you finish, you're going to feel good at the end. So you have to associate feeling good at the end with reading. You put your book on your pillowcase, and you have to move the book in order to read. You literally have to move the book, consciously decide not to read, right? Or you can read. So if you're trying to build new habits, put the new habits, the things that you want to do, put them in your schedule, put them where you're going to see them all the time, and you'll actually accomplish it better. Okay, so how to plan your ideal week. So what I would do is on Sundays is you sit down and you look at your week. You've got your Monday through Friday. That's really what you want to have planned more than anything. Saturdays and Sundays can be a little bit more lax, but Sunday you've got to have your hour of planning time every week. This is the biggest mistake people make. They don't spend this hour. So you need to spend this hour. And if all you get out of this show today is I'm going to spend an hour and plan my week, okay? How you're going to plan your week is you're going to figure out the most important things that need to get done. You're going to make a list, okay? What are the most important things that have to get done this week that have a big negative repercussion? And you're going to place those things. Those are called rocks. Those are the most important things. If you don't do these, you have pain, right? Put those into your schedule. The second thing you're gonna do is things that are really important to you, but there's no pain associated with it. So if you don't do this thing, you're not in trouble, right? So I would say practicing the guitar is something very important. If I don't do it, I'm not in trouble, but it's really important, so I wanna prioritize that thing. So those are priorities that'll help you develop areas of your life that you really care about, but again, no pain. The third thing that you can throw in there is sand. This is stuff that doesn't matter, Netflix, right? So that's when you put your fun times in. So you do your rocks, your pebbles, your sand. Your rocks, your pebbles, your sand. And you eliminate your phone from this equation as much as possible, right? You need to have a bedtime, you need to have a wake up time, you need to have a morning routine, and you need to have a night routine, okay? These are a lot of things that we have for children that helps them be really successful in high school, right? Remember back in high school, however old you are, you'd wake up super early, you're in school all day, like 7-8 hours, and then you're doing sports. You're like doing 12-hour days in high school, and you got to bed at the same time, hopefully every night. And if you didn't, you're probably exhausted, right? So we want to get back to having a really solid routine, but we want to be productive when we're within the routine, right? So morning routine, a really good morning routine that I consistently do is waking up around 6 or 6:30, whichever one for you. You wake up, You get out of the house in 15 minutes. I go to the gym. I hit some sort of workout for about an hour. I come back, I eat, I shower. And by about 8:30, I'm starting everything. Before 8:30, 8 to 8:30, I am reading good books. I read 10 pages at a minimum every single morning, and I journal and I read my Bible. And this sets me up in the right mindset to be successful for the day. All right, then from 8:30 to 5:30, 6 o'clock, I am working. In the morning from about 8 to 8:30, right, all the way to about noon, I'm doing my creative time. I'm doing the most difficult tasks, the things that require a lot of personal internal motivation, because after 12, it gets pretty tough. Like I just feel more and more burnt out. I basically can't be as creative as I want to be after 12. So 12 to 6, those are my meetings, those are phone calls, those are conversations, those are different business things. Obviously in this point in my life, I'm not in school, but if at all possible, if I could change anything, that's when I would do the simple tasks, the clubs, any of that kind of stuff. From 8:30 to 12, I would do all of my homework when I was in school. Actually, I would spend one day a week doing all of my homework for the entire week in that 4.5 hour period. And it would just set me up for, flexibility, which is really, really nice. Gotta have that morning routine. 6 to 10, that's just free time. Do whatever the heck you want. That's your sand. That's your hanging out with your friends. And then 10 o'clock, what you do is like 9:30, you shut your phone off, you put it on the charger. And what I'm gonna encourage you to do is put your phone as far away from you as possible in the room, okay? So put it on the other side of the room, especially if you struggle with getting up, because if it's close to the bed, right? If we're thinking about the atomic habits, you're gonna hit snooze because it's within arm's reach, and then you are going to lay back down and you are going to do the opposite of what you're trying to accomplish. If you put it on the other side of the room, you have to physically get up to turn off your alarm. If you physically have to get up to turn off your alarm, you're probably going to stay up. And it all starts with the intention of the night before and the planning of the Sunday a week before or a few days before, right? Because if you know what the schedule is for tomorrow, you need to get up because you've got things to do. You're going to be more motivated to do it because you have something to look forward to. If you have nothing to look forward to, it's so easy to hit snooze. Hopefully that kind of makes sense to you. So, biggest things you need to have, right? You need to not beat yourself up with where you're currently at. You're fine. There's probably people who are way worse off than you with their routine, their habits, their schedule, and productivity. Don't get frustrated with yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Just accept where you're at. Take a deep breath and keep trying to work hard or keep trying to be more productive, and you will eventually get it, okay? Through consistency. Don't give up on yourself, okay? Things to eliminate distractions from your life. Find better friends. If you don't have friends who are into being more productive and you want to be, find better friends. You need to get rid of your phone and get more organized, and it's going to make everything better. You need to start controlling your environment. So clean up your bed. Make these little habits of fighting procrastination become a life habit. If you stop procrastinating, you will accomplish way more than you ever thought possible. Last but not least, have an hour every Sunday where you plan your week and you're really intentional and you plan every single hour from 6:30 to 6 p.m. every single day, 12 hours. That whole 12-hour period needs to be planned to a T, and you need to follow it as best you can. If you mess up, don't beat yourself up. Do better the next day. But if you follow that, Monday through Friday, you're going to get everything done you need to, and you'll be a week ahead in your homework if you're in college. You'll be a project ahead if you're, work as an employee, and you'll be actually making progress towards your goals if you're a business owner. So those things are exactly what I would recommend. And have that night routine too. Turn your phone off at night. Read a book at night. A novel would actually help you sleep better. So those are some examples. Hopefully that helped, and hopefully this will help you reach your purpose in life. Remember, productivity at the end of the day is all about focus, and eliminating everything that can cause you a distraction will help you to focus better and do the hard stuff first, because you don't want to do the hard stuff later. So if you struggle with procrastinating, it's probably because you're not structured with your mornings. So if you guys have questions, shoot some comments below. Let me know. Also on Discord, join that if you haven't yet, because you can ask me literally any question anytime. And if there's any content questions or things you'd like to see on the podcast, also let me know. If you're interested in joining the Knowledge Gap Club at University of Tennessee and you're a student there, let me know as well. Got some forms in the description where you can connect with me. So appreciate you guys. Hopefully this is helpful. And until next time, I encourage you to keep mastering your purpose so you can go help some people and live a life worth living.